The next question here is, how should we handle a dispute when we have differences? If we have different opinions between Muslims, and you have different, or even between anybody, when you're talking about religious or moral dispute, and so it's important that the goal is, number one, seeking God's pleasure, and number two, an understanding between you. And you have to be open always that you're going to learn something new. I've learned things from atheists. I've learned things from Jews and Hindus and Buddhists. I've learned things that benefited me greatly. We should not be thinking, oh, we're called Muslims, so we own the truth and everything is with us and all my thoughts are correct. This is pure arrogance. This is what led Iblis to be that representative figure of the deviation. So we all have something to learn. So when we're disputing with someone, the point is to arrive at an understanding of what you're saying and what the evidence is. Once you have that, the Prophet taught us that if you leave an argument knowing you're right, that the evidence is there, and you're not being arrogant, you genuinely listened and understood, and this person clearly does not have strong evidence that they're standing, and you have brought evidence that shows itself clearly correct. So to leave that situation in humility and to not get into conflicts that are unnecessary is a beautiful thing that the Prophet said you'll have a house built for you in the places of Jannah. And just like if you came to know that you were wrong, you should admit that you're wrong and you say, you know what, now I've learned something new, and then move on in that way. So we respect differences when there is a stalemate. There are stalemates within Islam among Muslims, and there are stalemates with Muslims, Christians, Jews, atheists, and others where it's like, I feel strongly about this, you feel strongly about it. We can't prove it. Like, there's some situations where you just can't quantitatively just solve the matter. So we leave it to God, and we move forward, and we realize that people are limited in their scope.